Oh, can you go in the other room and get on? Hey, and we're live. No one's with us yet. Okay. Well, we are waiting for our volunteers to join us. Otherwise, it's going to be rather lonesome volunteer training. We're going to get started with the training in just a couple of minutes. It's only 6:59 right now. Once again, we'll get started with the training in about 2 minutes. Just letting folks join in. Jen, I just sent you a link. All right. We are going to get started in just about 2 minutes. Still waiting for a few more people to join in. I understand some people might be watching this after the fact. So if you're watching this after the fact and you're like, why didn't they get started right away? Because we're waiting for all those late stragglers to hop on and be educated on what volunteering for the Brooklyn Greenway is all about. So we appreciate your patience. And when I share this with you, I will actually send you the part where you're supposed to start watching. We're actually talking about stuff. Going to wait another minute or two before we start the training. So we appreciate you getting here punctual. We realize that a bunch of people are not punctual. So thank you for those of you that are. Again, we're going to be starting the training in just a minute. We're waiting to see if anybody else is dialing in. And we're going to give this till about 5 past. So appreciate your patience. We got a couple more stragglers joining in. Maybe we'll push it out till 7:06. We're going to get started in just a moment. We appreciate everyone who did get here on time or waiting around and giving us a second for the stragglers to get here. Okay, so we're going to get started. First off, my name is Brendan. I am part of the event production team, and I'm acting as the event director for the Brooklyn Greenway Initiative Half Marathon and 5K. And we first and foremost want to thank you, the volunteer, for taking the time and becoming part of our event. Without you, this simply would not happen. So whether or not you're volunteering and handing out water or standing on the course and pointing in a simply pointing in a direction so runners are not worried about which way they're going, you make these events happen. And once again, without your help, it wouldn't be. So first and foremost, we just want to start off by saying thank you and extending a hearty thank you from all of us at Elite Feats, the event production team, personally from myself, the event director, Brendan DeGon, and from everyone at the Brooklyn Greenway Initiative. Thank you for taking part. For those of you who aren't familiar with Brooklyn Greenway Initiative or BGI, just a little bit about them. The Brooklyn Greenway Initiative is a nonprofit organization committed to the establishment, development, and long-term stewardship of the Brooklyn waterfront and Greenway. Their 5 main focuses are building the Greenway, maintaining the Greenway, green spaces, stormwater infrastructure, and programs and events, just like this one. For more information, if you haven't checked it out, if you live in Brooklyn, they do a lot of cool stuff. Go to brooklyngreenway.org and learn a little bit about what they're doing in your neighborhood. So, okay, I'm going to start off with the first thing, which is going to be our pre-race day packet pickup. So some of you have actually volunteered to work that Saturday. And even though it isn't the bulk of the event, we do appreciate you coming out and assisting with packet pickup. That's going to be on Saturday the 13th. And of course, the event, the main show, is the next day on the 14th. But packet pickup happens someplace else on Saturday the 13th. It's not mandatory that you pick up your packet the day before, but we do advise it. Packets will be available the day of, and that's hosted at Brooklyn Running Company. All right, Brooklyn Running Company is located at, I'll get the address for you right now. Brooklyn Running Company is located at 222 Grand Street in Brooklyn, and it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're asking volunteers for packet pickup to please arrive between 10:30 and 11. And basically what you're going to be doing is it's really simple. You're going to be handing out bibs and shirts. So whether or not you're doing packet pickup the day prior or you're doing packet pickup the day of the event, it's handled in the exact same way. The participants are all texted and emailed their bib number, and they must know their bib number in order to get their bib. If they don't know their bib number, they will be told that they have to go to a clipboard and look up their name there and come over and actually know their bib number at the table. So, for example, I'll come up and say, hey, my last name's DeGon. And you'll say, nope, I need to know your bib number. And I'll take out my phone and be like, oh, my bib number is 272. When you go, you take that out. Shirts are in men's and women's size, and they're on a first come, first served basis. Now, we did order shirts based upon what the demographic is doing, but instead of saying people are pigeonholed to what they selected, it's a first come, first served basis on shirts when they pick them up. So when they come, and if they come to you and they say, I want a women's small, yes, we've got that. We've got women's large, the whole thing. The shirts will be broken up behind you. On packet pickup at Brooklyn Running Company, some of you might be simply greeters at the front of the store, reminding people that they need to know their bib number before they get back there. Others of you will be actually taking out the bibs. And if you hand someone a shirt and you're handing them a bib, you're actually going to have a marker or a pen, and you're going to put an X on the back of the bib, making sure that people know that they have gotten their shirt. A couple of little information you might be asked, and when you hand people their bibs, bibs are like belly button protectors worn on the outside of your clothing. And that sentence right there pretty much sums up what you need to tell a participant. So in order to guarantee a read, you want that bib placed not on your hip, not on your back, not on the side of your turkey hat. You want it placed right over your belly button. And that's going to be the ideal place so that you get a solid read. All right, and on to the main show. So that only a handful of you are going to be helping out that day. We do appreciate it. And I think a couple of you are actually going to be helping out on event day as well. So just a couple of other things about Packet Pickup. We do allow people to sign up at Packet Pickup. We do allow people to sign up day of the event. We do allow people at Packet Pickup to pick up for their friends and family. All they need to have is either a copy of the text message forwarded to them, a copy of the bib assignment forwarded to them, or a copy of the confirmation email. If a person shows you any one of those three things, they've legitimately shown you that they have that person's information handed over to them. They don't need a copy of their ID or anything like that. But if they can forward either a screenshot of the text message or a forward from the email that has the bib assignment or anything like that, they're allowed to pick up for someone else. On the actual event day, which is Sunday the 14th, check-in is at 168 Columbia Street. We just suggest checking MTA, but we do have a little bit of information on how to get there. If you're going to be taking public transportation, the bus that we have is B61 to Columbia Street. And the subway is F or G to Bergen or Carroll. Once again, we suggest checking MTA. Parking for cars is limited. It's on a first come, first served basis. And the closest parking lot is a quick park at 4 Jorleman Street, which is at Fervin Street in Brooklyn. So we do recommend do a little homework, check your MTA. And because this event can only happen because of you, we do expect you to plan accordingly and show up on time. Volunteer check-in starts at about 6:15. All right. When you check in, you're gonna be signing a volunteer waiver saying that A, you agree to helping out, and B, you have attended this lovely training we put together for you. So kudos, you're almost halfway there to everything you need to do when you sign the waiver. You're also going to be given a vest. Now, these fancy reflector vests you're going to be given, they're awesome, but they're not souvenirs. You're not supposed to take them home. They're actually kind of expensive. So we expect you to return them. At the end of the event, when you return them, you will actually get an opportunity to get a long sleeve race shirt. But those are only available at the end of the event after volunteering when you return your vest. So please make sure you return your vest. And we have about 30 posts as course marshals and water stop and event site. So we need lots and lots of volunteers to make this event go round. If you have a friend or a family member that hasn't signed up, you can just have them watch this video, show up day of, and we will find a spot for them. We do recognize that some of you have actually said, hey, I want to do this water stop, or hey, I want to be on the course, or hey, I want to do packet pickup, and that's awesome. We love volunteers that know what they want to do, but we also ask that our volunteers are flexible in where they're placed. When we come to event day, we might have some people not show up, and when that happens, we need to pick and choose the locations that are most important to have people at. If you have a bike and you want to bike yourself to a location, that is awesome. If you don't, we will actually drive you out to the course stops that you need to go to. And a number of these course spots, specifically within Brooklyn Bridge Park, are within walking distance. The 5K, just a couple of little event details. The 5K starts at 8:30 in the morning, and the half marathon starts at 9:30. The event is done being supported at 12:45, and we then have cleanup. So if you're in this for the full day, you check in at 6:15, 6:30 in the morning, you're hanging out, maybe you're helping out with some basic setup. We take you out on the course, you walk out to a spot, you're working as a course marshal with a buddy or by yourself. You get done with that, you come back, you help us break down. By about 1:30, 2 o'clock, the whole event's done. And those are the rock stars that we really, really appreciate. But we do understand that some of you have time restrictions. Just communicate that when you come in there so that we can staff you appropriately. But we really and truly appreciate those of you who can be there for the full duration of the event, or at least the full duration of when we are providing event support on the course. A lot of what we need you to do is to be there early and ready to go so we can put you out into place as needed. So if you get there at 6:30 and you're like, hey, I'm standing around not doing anything, you have just set the whole event staff at ease knowing that you're there, so that when we're ready to say, hey, you and your buddy, you're going to this stop, we need you out there, we can then take you, and we're not hunting you down, we're not worried about no one coming out, we're not shifting our plans amongst event staff or different volunteers that are there that have been positioned in different areas to cover a spot. So getting there early and getting there on time makes the whole event go smooth. This is not a very busy event job. We really need people to stand in positions and point in directions or fill up water and hand it out. But by being there, and I cannot stress this enough, by being there, you make 1,200, 1,300, maybe even 1,400 participants have a better day. So we are so grateful that you come out. But when you come out, there are a couple reminders so that you have a good and enjoyable day. One, bring a charged phone. Make sure your phone is charged and it's ready to go. Bring a little cash, okay? Bring all weather gear, maybe some rain gear. Bring an extra pair of socks. Use the buddy system with bathroom breaks. Whenever possible, we're going to put two people to any intersection to work it together. That way, if you have to go to the bathroom, you can kind of have the other one stay there and cover that, or one of you has to go get water, bring a bottle of water. Of course, as well, bring something to eat, a couple of snacks, have them in your pocket, a granola bar or something like that, but bring a little bit of something with you so that you're prepared while you're out there. If we have to spread you out, if we have two volunteer posts, and we will be sending out volunteer guides with very detailed descriptions that'll be available on your phone. They'll also be printed out with some instructions on when you go out there, but you'll actually be able to pull them up on your phone as well. When we send you out there, if we have to spread two people within line of sight each other to cover two turns, like a right turn and then a left turn, if one of you does have to go to the bathroom and you do have to leave your post, we ask the other one to kind of cut the difference, stand in between, and try to watch both areas. But there'll be times when there's more traffic and less traffic, and we really do ask that if you can, to be at your post the whole time. We provide support at the rate of 15 minutes per mile. So that means we provide support for 3 hours and 15 minutes, or from when the half marathon goes off at 9:35 until 12:50. So your whole, if you're at the turnaround and it's an out and back, the way that the course works is you're running out 6 miles, you're turning around and coming back. If you're at the turnaround, you're all done. And we will actually have a sweet person, Nick Harding, coming along dismissing spots. If you come right back to the finish line and return your vest, that's great. If you can't, or if you want to leave directly from there to go home, we just ask that you get your vest to another volunteer to bring it back. All right, so make sure you come prepared. Of course, that's super important. And also, this is a very, very important thing. No matter what you're doing, I don't care if you're at the start area and you're at the area just saying, hey, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you coming in today. Look up your bib number over there and you're just a greeter. Whatever you're doing, you're a representative of BGI. These runners don't know that you don't work full time for them. They don't know that you're donating your time and your energy to make their day better. So as volunteers, if someone is having a bad day, please refer them to me, the event director, or another event staff member, and do not take it upon yourself to make their bad day your bad day. Now, very few people are going to be having bad days. It's going to be beautiful weather, perfect running weather, maybe slightly overcast, but it's going to be about 60 degrees, and people are going to really be enjoying themselves. But once again, you're out there, you're giving of your time and your energy. If someone's having a bad day, it is not your problem. It is not your fault. Just say, okay, I understand you feel that way, and then direct them to me, Brendan, the event director. And if you can't find me, there'll be other event staff around under the BGI tent, other staff members of ours around that area. But please, please, please do not make your bad day their bad day. I mean, don't make their bad day your bad day. And in terms of keeping in touch, I'll go over this in a little bit more. You can also let me know with the WhatsApp group, which has been sent out. It's easy to join. With the WhatsApp group, you can actually keep in touch with everybody, give notifications. But most important, as a volunteer and you're out there having a good time, engage, cheer, and have fun. Participants' bibs will have names on them. Cheer for someone. Hey, Ed, there you are. He doesn't know that you don't know him. He'll be like, wow, I can't believe everybody here knows me. Cheer for them, engage them, have a good time, get into it and be part of the moment. Make sure you keep the area green and clean. If you're working a water stop and you see these cups going down, we'll have rakes so that you can actually rake the cups up and put them in trash bags, or you can be picking them up as you go. Keep the area green and clean and engage, cheer, and have fun. The course, once again, like I said, it's an out and back. It's fairly flat, and it's a very scenic route. This is a truly authentic Brooklyn experience, encompassing a bunch of what Brooklyn has to offer. You're going to be on the participants are going to be on the Greenway. They're going to be on the Brooklyn Bridge Park piers. They're going to be running by the Carousel in Brooklyn Bridge Park. They're going to be running through the Navy Yard, all the way to 14th Street, along part of the Brooklyn Mile, which pulls about 1,000 people as an event that the Brooklyn Running Company puts on. This is a very unique and special event. It is an open course in parts, so that we need to make sure, it's an open course in general, but it's open course on certain roads where there is no road closures, so that we need to make sure that we have volunteers in places so that participants know where they're going. Of course, there will be ample signage. There'll probably be somewhere around 100 to 120 arrows out on the route. But you as a volunteer are going to be that person wearing that vest, waving at them, and making sure that the participant isn't second guessing themselves that they're going the wrong way. Okay. Oh, there are numerous water stops and noon hydration stops. Okay, so for the 5K, which goes off at 8:30, there is a actual water fountain at Pier 2, and there is also a water and noon hydration at the start and finish. For the half marathon, there is noon and hydration basically at mile 1. There is water at Pier 2. There's noon and hydration at mile 3.5 and 11.5. There's noon and hydration at mile 3.5 and 11.5. There's noon and hydration at mile 9.5 and at mile 5.5. And there's noon hydration at mile 6.5. So we are amply covered on where people are going to be able to get stuff to drink and be able to get stuff. Noon is a electrolyte drink. It's a replacement drink, so it gives people a little bit of energy out there. So we're amply staffed with that. We will be emailing out, like I said, we're going to be emailing out volunteer guides with the important numbers on it. And so this is really important. In the case of an emergency, and I don't expect any emergencies, I expect that this is going to be a beautiful day. Everyone's going to have a good time. Everyone's going to be saying, thank you, volunteers. You've made my day great. And there are going to be no medical emergencies, of course. Would. But if there is a medical emergency, you need to, of course, because you're going to be stationary, you need to know where you are. All right. If heaven forbid something happens, you need to know where you are. So whenever something happens, take the lead in that moment. All right. Know where you are and call the dispatch. Once again, I'm going to say this, call the dispatch, not 911. Why do you call the dispatch? Because the dispatch number, which will be in the volunteer guide, and it will be on every single clipboard. You'll be getting a clipboard with this number. That dispatch number will get quicker response. We have embed EMTs in the event at different medical places. They're actually going to be stationed at basically at the Navy Yard at about mile 8.5, 5.5, and also at the Brooklyn Bridge off of New Dock Street. They're going to respond quicker than 911, and if they need to activate 911, they will. But that's going to be the number. So assess the situation, know where you are, assess the situation, what happened, call the dispatcher number, which will be on every single clipboard. You'll be handed the clipboard with this number. You will also get this number on the volunteer guide that you'll be sent out with that you can link online. Call the dispatcher number, and then immediately text my number, which will also be on there. All right. You do not need to add this to the WhatsApp group. This is not a communication necessarily appropriate for that. So assess the situation, know where you are, contact the dispatcher, and then contact me next. And we will then take care of it. Take the lead at that point, and as soon as you get in touch with me, I'll be giving you further instructions. But contact the dispatcher first, not 911. Oh, and make sure you check your spam folders. So once we send out the volunteer guides, and they'll be broken into 3 sections because there are so many posts to basically 3 different areas that you're going to be covering. Once you get that, check your spam folders. These are going to be links that are hosted online, PDFs that are hosted online on our site. So you'll be able to flip through them on your phone. You don't have to worry about a big PDF attachment to download. The WhatsApp group, which will be emailed out, and it was emailed out already, join it. It's a great way to communicate about event details. It's a great way to just stay on top of what's going on with the event. If you're at a spot, hey, has anyone seen the last runner? And can I leave? And we'll have breakdowns on the times because, like I said, we go on that 15 minutes per mile, 3 hours and 15 minutes. So if you're at a certain section, we're no longer supporting it. We'll be able to let you know that you can head back. Transportation back is provided. It's a little bit slower. You might find that walking back, specifically from the Brooklyn Bridge Park, will be the quickest way. If you're adventurous, you can, of course, bring a bike and bike from there along the Greenway out and then come back. That's all super appreciated. All right. As said as well, all volunteers will get a race shirt after returning their vests. You must return your vest in order to get a shirt. So please, please, please do not keep that souvenir. We have a souvenir for you. Please return your vest. So yeah, and to recap, once again, my name is Brendan. I'm the event director for this event, and I personally want to thank you for watching this video. I'm sure you found it insightful, entertaining, humorous. I mean, really, it covered the gambit of emotions. I know. But in all seriousness, we couldn't do this without you. So thank you, the volunteer, for coming out and making this event day an excellent event. We appreciate you supporting the Brooklyn Greenway Initiative. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to email volunteer@brooklyngreenway.org. All right, that's the one that's been reaching out to you. Don't hesitate to reach out. You can contact me on the WhatsApp group, ask away. All right, once again, thank you for taking the time to listen to the training, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to make this event the event that it can be. Have a good one.